Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, fuck it, Hey, Alexa.
You hold on, Alexa, hold on. Okay, she's ready now. Go ahead.
Oh man. Hey, Alexa, let's do it.
Hey, Producer B, did you get the $100 that I left for you by the nightstand? Last night was great, boo. Next time, can you try to last longer than 3 minutes? The deal was for the hour. Start the show.
Man, Producer B, man, it's got to be rough for you in these streets, man. Mike has
I told you 3 minutes was my maximum. I'm not doing anything beyond that. I don't care. I can't do it.
It's about being efficient these days, I guess,
Exactly. Thank you.
Try explaining that to my wife.
How are we doing?
I'm good, man.
I'm not too good after that one.
Oh, man.
Yo, you got some. Oh, like, is that what we're doing now? We're getting digital ass. Is that what we're doing now? Is that the thing?
Man,
is it
money's money, man? $100 to $100.
Or is it crypto? Is she paying you crypto?
Bitcoin.
She said $100 at the. What? I mean, come on, man. Come on.
got his own kind of currency, man.
Oh man.
Oh, that's crazy. Another episode, man. Here we are again, Black Bear. And obviously, this is from the conversation we're having. And the conversation that's in the intros that we have, this is obviously a safe place to be unsafe.
Producer B, are you safe right now? Do you feel safe?
No, I don't, because every time I step on the show, I'm put on blast. So no, I never feel safe.
Like all this business to keep being put in the street, you can't be doing that.
Okay, but
you're right. It's on me.
But seriously though, like I just want to make sure that you do feel safe here. You could tell us anything. Like if Alexa abuses you,
yeah, don't let her bully you.
You know what I'm saying? Like seriously.
Are you trying to get me to say I'm safe? Because I don't feel safe, Mike.
You know what?
That's not going to happen today.
Here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to press a button right now. I'm going to show people I'm taking my finger right now. I'm pressing a button right now, all right? And I am doing what everybody else in the world and the government in the world. I'm silencing Alexa.
Oh yeah,
I'm silent. I've muted her.
Yeah.
She won't be able to talk anymore.
If you had 40 billion, she could talk. She could buy. Hey.
If she had 40 billion, she could buy the Black Bears den, and she could do whatever she
wanted to do. Hey, it's all yours.
Brendan, you firebrand. We don't care.
You don't care, man. Hey, man, I got a question to ask you guys on air.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? Both of you,
no.
Mike and Brendan. What do you guys think about going back to Maine with me in September? Which was you can't
play a sound.
You can't play a sound?
Can't play a sound.
What do you think about
you
going
do it
to
again?
Maine?
You gonna do it again?
Man standing. But we could do it proper this time. More planning.
Okay.
More efficient. More efficient housing.
Listen, give me a house with a hot tub. I'm in, bro.
Listen.
No standing outside of you all for 6 hours.
Listen.
And Mike going, there's no damn drop box.
That was probably one of the worst experiences with U-Haul I think I've ever had.
As long as you could promise the ride around that we did after. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's the name of the spot?
Sweet Dirt. Oh, man. No, man, I'm serious.
If we could go back to
I'm
going
back. Last
how long you going for? How long?
Last man standing. My goal is 100 miles this year. So
That's
I got four.
double.
I got 4 months out, so I got a lot of time to train for and get ready for it.
So hold on a second here.
What's up?
So,
I didn't get enough.
No, I know that, but I'm trying to figure out. So, Brendan, what time did you start? What time did we start? 12, right?
We start for 12, what?
At 12, I think. Yeah.
The race?
Yeah.
We started at 12.
Yeah, I believe so. And then we went till, what, like 9 or 10?
Yeah, 9 or 10 and 11 o'clock, something like that, yeah.
He said 11.
Yeah,
maybe 12, 1 in the morning.
So that means that you did how many?
I did 50 miles.
You did 50. So it'd take you.
It'd be double that. It'd be double that.
It'll be double that.
Yeah, it'd be like 20-something hours.
Might be a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm saying 20+ hours. Double that. But I'm saying it's 4 months away.
I mean, Listen,
Hopefully this
here's what I was thinking.
this will inspire Brendan to finally get training for a marathon and do a marathon.
And I gotta
That's
tell you,
the
Mark,
side goal.
yesterday, I went and did some high intensity training, which is like a mix of CrossFit and some other shit.
I'm aware
And
of this, sir.
oh, you know what it is, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. But I'm signing up for a gym in July, and for a month straight, every single day, I'm gonna be hitting the gym 7 days a week. Because that workout made me feel so good, it killed me so bad that I fell
What
in love
happened
with
to the
it.
marathon though? What happened to the marathon?
I had so first I had COVID, and then I had mono,
but
and then I
that
had
was
the
then.
flu.
What about now? Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, this could count as my training towards it. I want to get
Are you gonna do a marathon? I'm gonna hear it on air. Are you going to do a marathon? Or maybe start off with a half marathon.
we're gonna go for a half marathon.
Okay. All right. Mike is like anti working out now. He's all
That's not
meat.
true. That's not
And
true.
he's trying a different angle of life.
No, I think I needed some time off, and I guess this is an experiment in that too as well, right? To see how really bad is it for you to just sit on your ass and do nothing. And I'm not saying I'm necessarily sitting on my butt. I mean, I have a 2-year-old. Yeah, don't let
You drug a tree stump from the front yard that's about 500 pounds.
I was doing some old like Liver King type stuff the other day, like super barbarian stuff.
You gotta start recording this stuff, man.
Actually, junior barbarian, huh?
You gotta start recording this stuff, man. That's content.
I should. But see, I'm trying not to. Like right now, my back. See how I'm leaned in right now?
See, yesterday,
Yeah.
the way my bank account is set up, it didn't quite go through.
See how I'm leaned in right now? This is how I'm going to stay for most of the show because I probably shouldn't have did what I did. But anyway, so the experiment is this. Do nothing. See how you feel. Like y'all know me, man. I'm not just going to sit around. I'm going to run the blood work. I'm going to make sure that I'm not dying because I'm not trying to die.
Oh, absolutely not.
I'm going to see what happens when you give the body time to rest and heal and cough. And then, and then get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
You probably feel real good right about now.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like just chilling. Like I know when I was chilling, I just felt really good. Like no worries. Like your stress goes down.
No,
you know what I mean? Because
I get heart skips and all that stuff, but I think it's because
yeah, that's right. You got the hypochondria.
It's because I smoke too much pot.
That too, yeah.
No, man, I like where you're going with it.
And that's gonna hurt me when I run for political office. That one line could you edit that out?
Yeah.
That's gonna
Got you.
That's gonna be on CNN.
No, you can't erase it. Once it's on social media.
Conservative talk show host runs for public office. I'm actually thinking about changing, by the way.
You think about changing?
Yeah, I'm not gonna
be
what? I'm not gonna be a Republican. I'm gonna be a libertarian.
You're lying. You are lying.
Good luck ever winning any election ever.
What?
So you like being a loser?
No, I'm gonna be a libertarian. No, not liberal. A libertarian.
What is that? Explain that. Expand.
A libertarian is pretty much a person that like their beliefs or their political beliefs stand strictly on upholding liberty and policy. You know what I mean? Like, what does the law of the land say? That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm all about.
Okay. All right. So it's not Republican. It's not Democrat.
It's not about that.
It's like about small government.
It's not a political party. It's not a political party.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It is. But it's not about like they believe weed should be legal.
Okay.
they got him sold.
You got my foot. You got my foot. One foot in the door. You got one foot in the door. You know.
I told you. But Brendan's right. They'll never win. They'll never
win.
Any kind of
not a chance.
Any kind of anything serious. Yeah.
Anything for that matter. But
that's
I haven't
man.
switched yet. But
okay. I like that.
But anyway, I don't know how we got on that topic. Because my wife told me today, she goes, you just live in this political world lately. And I was like, yes, woman, I do.
You got to keep your eye on the
Now
ticker,
turn on
man.
the news.
Yeah.
Don't turn on Fox 2.
and let's see what's going on.
Turn on Fox 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, so I can see Miss Fannie Willis, the DA, going at Young Gunna and Thug and locking them up.
What's going on with that?
I don't know, man. I saw, they got indicted on a state RICO, which is, for those of you who don't know what the RICO is, it's something that was brought into play to kind of stop the American mafia by the government. So it's a blanketed law that can kind of include, just associations and, even if you didn't commit a crime, but you knew a crime was happening, stuff like that. So it's a blanket way to get everybody.
When I heard RICO, I thought it was a rap song.
You're like, oh,
It is a rap song. It's by Drake and Meek Mill. You might just get
Okay,
hit with
but
the
no,
RICO.
No, when she said,
you heard the
they
people's
got
name
him,
with
they
it.
got him
the
on
Young
the
Thug-
charge with the RICO. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
This shit about to be
Yo.
fire.
This is like a movie. Like,
Yeah.
let me get my popcorn. Oh,
Uh-huh.
these young boys is doing. And they were like, no, it's a racketeering charge. I was like, oh, he's gonna be messed up.
Yeah, for a while.
It's
Yeah.
like, that's not
So
good.
back in 2013, they hit Young Thug with his first charge.
Uh-huh.
They say that he rented a car that one of his gang members was it was used in a murder. And then they built a case over time about like 7 years.
Uh-huh.
And then when they arrested him, they just went into his house and they found like a sawed-off shotgun, like drugs. So they slapped him with more charges. Like they are really trying to take him down.
Sounds like they're trying to throw the man. They're trying to make an example of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. But they're
Because
going
we-
after him
Here's
because he's
my
high
thing, here's my
profile.
thing. This is the most important question of the whole thing, right? How does the white boy know more than I do?
Because
going on?
Because it's
Like,
it's
Who do you think the music is made for, Mike?
Yeah, exactly. It's a younger generation. It's made for the white kids. Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah.
I was like,
Because
He's
it's something like a movie.
no,
You know what I mean? It's like a
something
movie.
but when Brendan breaks it down, I feel bad for the culture because I was like, I should know that.
No, yeah, you
But I
should.
don't wanna
But it's
know
but
that.
it's like a movie. You know what I mean? It's like when you go see mafia movies, like people love them. You know what I mean? They might not be a part of it, but they love watching it. It's like same thing. Majority of rap culture is white kids in suburban areas that listen to some of the craziest stuff. Because to them, it's like a movie. It's not real.
Right.
But when you
Exactly.
talk about when Brendan starts talking about like the guns and stuff,
To who it's not a movie? To the white kids?
no,
Mhm.
to the,
no,
to
it's
the
not real
people-
to like
Go ahead.
middle class like suburban like kids like that.
Yeah, that's not real life to them. They just rap the songs. They don't know.
It's just fun to think about.
Yeah.
It's fun to toy with the
they
idea
like
because
the
you've never
beats,
touched anything like
and
that.
they like to feel cool and sing it.
But it's
Mhm.
becoming real though.
I mean, I think some of the stuff stems from real things. You know how rap. Most people that rap, they kind of exaggerate. They braggadocious. You know what I mean?
But I tell you what though, this district attorney ain't thinking about producer B.
Nah.
She's thinking about okay, so go ahead. So keep going.
She's thinking about producer B, man. Like, and I was watching her. She seemed very like just.
Mad.
She seemed mad.
Mad.
And for those of you who know the DA we're talking about is the Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis. I think that's her name. And she was, and I told Mike this off air. I was like, well, she's very indifferent with her anger because she's the same woman that was going after Trump when he got in that whole thing with the phone call and putting pressure on the Georgia politicians. So, but I just while I was watching, I was like, man, she seems very like,
She's campaigning, bro. She's going after the most high profile people.
yeah, but it's the way they're doing it. And I was watching on the news. They were talking. I saw this other attorney talking about just the law of the case, and he was saying that the state is going to have a hard time making it stick because they're going off of like rap lyrics and like stuff that could be said that it was just hearsay. It was just a rap song. It was like a movie. You know what I mean? He said they're going to have a hard time proving it and making it stick. But like Brendan was saying, they're trying to get rid of all these charges. I saw they was talking about possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. That's kind of I mean, you're just trying to throw everything you can at them to make an example of them, to
Absolutely.
kind of make people think twice about committing these crimes that they're being accused of. That's what I think it is.
Well,
Maybe they did have some criminal background, and to go to that too, like Brendan says, 2013. You've been watching somebody under surveillance. That's another conversation since 2013. If they were doing criminal activity, you need to charge them for crimes. You can't just. I just don't understand how you can say, okay, back 8 years ago when I might have been involved in the underworld and criminal background, and I changed my life around, but I wasn't convicted of those crimes. Now you're going to come when I'm 50 million up,
but see,
and
the thing,
my life has changed. I can change other people's lives in a positive way.
But we know, you've seen.
What about the statute of limitations,
Hold
though?
Hold on a second, though. First of all, if it's ongoing.
For 10 years,
Ah.
how would you feel somebody was watching you for 10 years, Mike?
Bro, what I'm asking you is this, okay?
You feel some kind of
10
outfits
years
right
ago,
away.
10 years ago, right? You
Uh-huh.
started doing some shady shiitake mushroom
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then you continue to do it, right?
Mhm.
Now, to the outside world and to the shell, you're trying to do an image and change, but what's the zebra? The zebra can't change the stripes, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, if that's what you've been doing, that's a continuous thing. If they've been, you know what I mean? Like if you give somebody no reason and you throw a smoke bomb somewhere else to throw off the scent and you truly stop, right? It's really not much, you know, especially if you wait that long.
But if
I'm pretty sure there's something.
If they had stopped doing it, you saying, or you saying if they're still doing it?
I'm thinking that it's still going on.
You think so?
Absolutely. And then you got to have something to stick in order to start. Like it takes one thread to start really unweaving, a piece of fabric or a shirt, right? And that if that one thread is like, dang, he got a lot of weed, that's our in. You can't have that kind of weed here in the state of Georgia. That's our in, and we publicly know that, or whatever it is. I don't know what the law is around that.
Yeah.
You got to sawed off this or sawed off that. I mean, your point is like, yeah, you're a rapper. People are trying to get you. Hey, listen, live by the sword, die by the sword. Like
that's a felony though. Having the sawed off, like having a suppressor or like sawing off the end of the shotgun.
Having a suppressor is not it's a felony if you have a license for it.
Yeah.
Which he doesn't.
Silencer, which he doesn't. Which stuff like that. At the end of the day, man, like
you got to think of these kids too, though, man. They've seen people have home invasions.
I get it, but you can follow, like we have laws in this country.
How would you feel like if you just do that? It was something that in your reality, you had a friend that had somebody had a home invasion and got killed and murdered. You would probably arm yourself in any way you could.
So
absolutely.
Absolutely. Right?
I probably have grenades and rocket launchers at the door.
Grenades.
You come in this house?
Listen, there's ways that you could do that legally.
Yeah, there is.
Okay? And my whole thing is if you have the bread to do it legally, then do it legally unless you hide in some other shit. Once again, there goes the thread, right? Which I don't know these kids, man.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it is what it is, right? Do it legally. You don't have a problem. You got the bread. Hire security. You got the bread. Get an armed car. Listen, I know friends. I try to, I don't hang out with them as much. They got armed cars.
Yeah.
For that reason.
That's another thing I wanted to touch on too, man, because I know like you're involved in, some of the little bit of the nightlife in a certain kind of way you do business with them. What's your perspective on that? Like how that whole
it's changed, man. I don't even like being around it anymore.
You don't like being around it? Yeah.
Dude, you say something wrong, and not wrong, but just like rules of the house to somebody, one of these young kids. You offend them in any kind of way, especially in front of their crew.
Yeah.
They'll go out there and sit and wait on you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's not that serious. Like, you can't wear tennis shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't come in. You can't wear tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Huge egos, probably.
Like, bro.
But you can see how, but to some people, I'll tell you a quick story. You can see how that could be offensive to some people. I remember, my father used to be a pilot for Delta, so he had the thing, the family and friends thing where you could fly, standby.
You got to dress properly.
You got to dress properly. When it first came about, like in 2002, like it was the whole thing, like you couldn't have like insignia on your shirt. You couldn't have earrings in your ear if you were a man. You couldn't have any jewelry on. This was a time when in 2002, like jumpsuits were popular, like velour jumpsuits. You couldn't wear a jumpsuit, any athletic gear. And I remember getting on the plane, them telling me I couldn't get on the plane. Like I felt some kind of way. Like that's all racial. Like if you put that on one person, that looks like somebody that you're trying to racially profile. But what do you mean? What are the majority of people that wear earrings? A lot of black guys wear earrings. What are the majority of people that wear chains? A lot of black guys wear chains. What are the majority of guys that are wearing jogging suits and velour jogging suits with like Nietzsche on the front of it?
Sean John.
That's targeting a certain crew.
For sure. Absolutely. Yes. Correct.
You know what I mean?
Now I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's targeting a certain crew. But I'm like,
But you don't. But see, at the end of the day, though, there's image, right? So if you have, first of all, which you're not a private company, Delta's not.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is like, I think the image of it is like, we don't want that on our aircraft. Like, let's just be real, man. Like, that's just the economics of it, man.
Yeah.
Like,
but now, that's it's not like that anymore. It was like that in the past, but now it's just different.
Yeah.
People get on a plane in pajamas and whatever. Like it's not important.
Right.
Like but it's just, to me, it kind of blew my mind, man. Like that, things could be blanketed and associated that kind of way. Like these kids that listen to this music, you know what I mean? Like most of them, like we were talking about, they think it's not real. They think it's like a movie. You know what I mean? Like, how can you tie somebody into that? And they don't
man, get your phone away from bro,
Jesus.
Phone off, dude.
His booth thing might be trying to call him.
You're editing
we're
that.
We're gonna edit all this out.
Turn that shit off, man.
His booth
I
thing
will.
might be hitting him up, man.
No, for real, bro. Turn it off. That shit hurt, bro.
You just messed up Mike's morning. Look at him.
Jesus, man.
Hey, speaking of angry black men, and angry black women.
I'm one.
Yeah,
Put me down on. I mean, the one thing that I will never ever deny is I'm angry as fuck.
That's why you got. That's why you got to smoke so much weed.
Yeah.
Oh man, we'll edit that out. No man, but okay, let's get back into it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. But to me, man, it goes to speak to these kids that don't really know that's reality, man. Like it's what they like to do. It's for me. I like some of this music. I like some of this music that might be talking about offensive things. Like I was going back to when I was a kid. I think it was Dolores Tucker. She was trying to, we talked about this earlier before on air. Like she was trying to say Tupac was a thug and rolling over CDs and all that. And I was a young kid that liked the music, but I knew it was music. Some people, they live that lifestyle, and that's them. You know what I mean? Like, you can't hold somebody accountable for what somebody says in a song that somebody else listens to and goes and does a crime.
I mean, I agree with that, but I still think there's more to it.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily...
You want to smoke this fire. Yeah, usually there's something there. Like, you don't just pull it out of thin air.
I just think that, I think that the whole thing about, the lyrics, I mean, a lot of times some of these kids, they live in fantasy, man. Like, most of the lyrics you hear, them dudes ain't doing nothing, right?
Yeah.
Much less can they pronounce it. They probably had to go on YouTube and Wikipedia it or whatever. But anyway, not saying that everybody has, but most. I think that I'm looking at it from a standpoint, I'm older, right? And I've seen what some of these kids do. And for you to have that kind of thing going on, man, you got kids, you got boys, man. You don't need your boys getting influenced by stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm at that age. Can't tell by the gray. If I cut the gray off, you'll never know.
Yeah.
And my daughter, I don't want my daughter around that shit. You crazy? No way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a thing for me too. My boys, they start to like music and they like hip hop music. So certain songs they like, I know what the song's talking about, but it's popular and they don't understand what the meaning of it is. But I'm like, do I tell them not to listen to it? But they can listen to it because some of the stuff it's talking about is inappropriate.
Correct.
You know what I mean? These start thinking about when I was a kid and I was listening to that kind of stuff, and then they don't know anything better. But most of this music, it's entertaining. Most of the time you don't even know what they're saying in the song, but the beat might be good, and it might be just it reflects a good time that you might have in a club or music that you like. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's a tough decision too when you have kids. Like like you said, you don't want your daughter around that kind of stuff.
It reminds me of this reminds me of there's a cartoonist. His name is Aaron McGruder, right? And he does the Boondocks cartoon strip, and it was on Cartoon Network for a while on Adult Swim, right? They did a couple, about 3 seasons, and this reminds me. They did an episode on R. Kelly, right? And they reenacted it. So one of the characters was the attorney that was actually going against R. Kelly for peeing on the girl and whatever. And the little kid, one of the little characters, was mad that the dude was prosecuting R. Kelly because he's going to miss out on the R. Kelly albums, right? And his argument was like, I'm 5 years old, right? And I'm smart enough to know if I see pee coming, I'm going to move. She saw pee coming, she stayed. You know what I'm saying? So why do I have to miss out on the next R. Kelly album just for that, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't care about the music, bro. Like, what I care about is the influence of right now. First of all, music to us. I mean, you like the music. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit different. I got to go a couple decades in. That's neither here nor there. Because even at that point, that was a whole different era, understood a different way. But right now, the way I think of it is from a parent standpoint and looking at that district attorney, yeah, she's a little bit harsh and rough around the edges. And, the whole, political thing that happened with Trump, I could be, that's another argument. But with this, it's one of those, and this is why I'm saying I'm libertarian now, because sometimes with libertarians, they see the left and the right, and they go, this is policy. But I think that she's dude, you got to get a different angle, but get that shit off the street, man.
Yeah.
We don't need that, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but, you may be looking at it from a different angle, like maybe they're just targeting these kids and they ain't do nothing wrong, and maybe they clean their lives up, so why they got to pay the price for 10 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how you're looking at it.
That's how I view it. Like, if it's something that happened 3 years ago, it's happened that's going on, or it's more recent. Yeah, okay. But like,
Marq Brown,
listen,
if you kill somebody
no,
10 years ago,
you talking about killing somebody? Okay, if it's some murder involved, yeah. But if I was like, if I was,
some murder involved,
yeah.
You know what
If
I'm
I was
saying?
no, but if I was involved in like some misdemeanor or some low level felony that you might have thought that I was suspected of 8 years ago, and you didn't come arrest me then. Don't come, like I said, now when I can change people's lives in a positive way. You know what I mean? Especially if it's not something that's ongoing, right? You think about all these. You think about some of these. You think about some of these.
Marq Brown.
You think about some of these
Marq
families.
Brown.
Listen, you think about some of these American families, like the Rockefellers and all those guys back in the day. Come on, man.
Crooked.
Come on, crooked, shady,
Crooked.
worth billions of dollars. The crookedest of the crookedest. Even some of these companies today. You think about Jeff Bezos and all. You can talk about trillions of dollars. Apple, trillions of dollars. Like, you don't think there's some backdoor handshakes going on? Like,
they're involved in
man.
politics though. Like Young Thug
But
and
it's a
Gunna,
different
like
kind-
are
it's a
not
different
involved
kind
in.
of crime.
Wait, what are you saying?
It's a different kind of crime, man.
No, what's producer B saying?
No, I said that like the
By the way, hold on a
Rockefellers
second.
and
Wait, producer B.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you please turn around and tell us your closet selection? What is in your closet, actually?
So I color coded my clothes. So we have the greens and then the tans,
That's how
the
you
reds
doing
and the
it.
blues.
That's how you doing
That's
it.
how we do it.
You got
But-
lights on it? Okay.
You made me forget what the fuck I was gonna say. Seriously. Now I'm thinking about my closet. No, damn it, Mike. You know what? You suck. I hate you.
Oh man. I mean, I'm just saying, man. Like, I just feel like you said that these guys have done this. You don't have proof, right?
Uh-huh.
We don't have proof. Like, we know instinctually, like you don't get that high up.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Without
something.
doing some kind of dirt.
Yeah.
I don't care
Right.
who you are.
Okay, now I remember
Okay,
what I
what
was gonna
level?
say.
If you,
The Rockefellers.
No, hold on.
Go
If
ahead.
you got the word B in front of you, billionaire, you did something shady to get to that point.
Something.
Guaranteed.
On some level. And that could be high or low.
None of it was honestly, not a 100% of it was not honestly made.
Oh, man. I don't know,
All right.
man. I agree with you in most cases.
So Mark,
Come on, man. Come
Every-
on.
What's
every
up?
person that you named
Uh-huh.
was involved in politics. Like the Rockefellers, they had a hand in politics. Gates has a hand in politics.
Uh-huh.
Apple, for sure. But like
Bezos.
Young Thug and Gunna and like the lower level, like rich people,
Uh-huh.
they don't have hands in politics that we know of. You know what I mean? Like they don't have as big of a
They
political
just mad at
influence.
each other.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just politics plays a big factor in getting off and like not getting held accountable for anything shady like
I
that.
did, speaking about politics, you talk about politics, land is kind of involved when you talk about politics. Like, I feel like land and politics go, like, at the state level, like, people think of land as very important. I saw that they said that Young Thug was trying to buy 100 acres and build
Oh, yeah.
like
I did see that, a
Slime
community.
Life city, whatever. That's his namesake, or what he calls his crew.
The highest murder
Yeah,
rate.
when you talk about buying acres and stuff, some people might be like, "Oh, you getting like that stuff you did back in 2014? That you want to start? You gonna buy land now, like 100 acres? You gonna start like really making change?" So now that's why I kind of feel like I'm a little bit against it, because I don't know all the details that go into the case, but it just seems like when you get to a certain level, there's some people that might want to bring you back down.
I was taught
Mm-hmm.
by a very, very influential person,
Mm-hmm.
right? That in this type of world, when you get to this type of level,
Mm-hmm.
the game is to seem like you are good for the community, right? And make it seem like you do a lot, and don't really do a lot, and focus on that while you're doing other shit to make money. So that's really like the charities and the I'm not talking about just them,
Yeah.
about everybody,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Just make it seem like it's a big deal and then pay attention to that, while over here we're really making the bag.
Yeah.
Or we're really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're,
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, when you come in, you say like, this company has given $10 million. Swear to God, if you don't turn off that phone, if you don't turn
It's like
off
all the way
that
over there. I
phone,
just slid it farther.
can you turn it off?
Yeah, I can turn it off.
The angriest of the angriest black man.
It's because I have a loose wire
Gosh,
somewhere.
I'm in the middle of a thought.
How
You did that to
dare
me with the
you?
closet.
I'm
How
gonna.
dare you, Brendan?
You should leave all. Leave all this in. I don't care. But you know what? What I hate is when Brendan makes me lose my thought. 'Cause I don't know what I was saying now. Old man thought. What was I saying? Rewind.
I don't understand. I don't remember what you were saying. What was he saying, Brendan?
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut this out. What was I saying?
Mike.
No, I know what you're saying. You were talking about
Young
when
Thug.
you're involved in this over here for charities and all that stuff. And then behind the scene, this is what we're really making our
So here we
dough.
go. You
This is
gonna
what
cut
we're
this
really
up,
doing.
Brendan? You cutting this up? 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So my whole thing is, I just feel like at the end of the day, what you're saying is great, but you killed somebody and they got proof.
What if you did kill somebody?
Well, then
You didn't
if they
kill
don't have
somebody, you
proof,
just
then you good.
rented a car.
And then you turn around and you sue the state, and then we pay for that because she messed up, and then it's her ass.
But what?
'Cause she ain't gonna get reelected
okay, let's say
again.
Let's say hypothetically, they're saying that he rapped about something that a crime that's it's like in the lyric of a song.
Sure.
It's the same crime that they know somebody he's associated with went out and did.
Mm-hmm.
That's not on him. If he's just saying, if he's rapping about it and the guy listened to it and he did it, that's on the person that did it. You can't just blanket it. Some of this stuff is what it sounds like what they're doing. You know what I mean? With the rap lyrics and
It's
you know
something-
associating these
there's
crimes with
there's
that crime.
There's some law that says if you know some shit, you gotta tell some shit in there.
If you know some
Yeah,
shit, you
yeah,
gotta
no.
tell some shit.
It's like guilty by
That's
association.
That's like
or
law
something.
one.
You know,
If you know some shit, you gotta tell some shit.
And if it's not, if I was president, I would make that law. If you know some shit, you gotta tell some shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a very hard law to enforce because you could just say, I don't know.
Yeah. But that's what they were saying. Like some of the stuff they're trying to put on them, man, it's gonna be hard to make stick.
Okay, so if that's the case, then that's the case.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then what? Then she just wasted our tax dollars, and then her ass. I mean,
They don't give a shit about wasting your tax dollars. $40
Uh-huh.
billion to Ukraine. Bye.
Don't start with that
It
Ukraine
just
stuff.
and it.
man.
Oh, no,
I
he's
will
getting
Don't
mad.
start with that Ukraine stuff.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do
You
it.
get me
don't,
angry
don't,
again.
Don't take him down that dark hole.
I'm just saying, they don't really do not care how they spend your tax money.
If you
So
wanna
that's
hear
not
more
even,
about
it's
this, go to
totally.
Freedom Riot. Yes.
No freedom rights on pause.
Awesome. Don't go there.
Till next week.
Libertarian riot.
He's been shut down. I think Elon's trying to buy Freedom Riot
Oh,
for
he can buy it. He can buy
$5
it.
billion.
Oh, by the
Mike
way-
Johnson, we got $5 billion for
No,
you.
seriously.
Freedom Riot.
I own SpaceXRadio.com and SpaceXRadio.net.
Okay.
Holler at your boy.
Holla at your
Elon.
boy Elon.
He might just buy the company that holds it for me. He
Yeah.
doesn't know you don't. What do you
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
I don't?
Yeah.
We got it. Yeah,
If
right.
you got that kind of money, you could buy altitudes. Then
Here's the
you know,
thing. Here's the
you
thing. And
got
that's
that.
here's another thing, right? I don't understand why. Not getting off the subject of these guys,
Mhm.
but talking about Elon. Why are people so mad? Especially, why are people so mad that he bought?
Because
Twitter.
it kind of puts in the face that rules don't really exist for you. If you don't like a rule, you can just. I'm sure that's the way some people feel. Like that's a lot of privilege to be like, I'm just gonna $44 billion to buy the company. I mean,
Okay, but isn't that what America is built on? Isn't that what anybody should be able to do? Like, are you mad because you can't do it? You know what I'm
I
saying?
think that's what it might be. Like
I was watching
the
the View
entitlement.
vomit. I was watching The View throw up. I was watching The View. Oh my God, I'm
You
sick
don't-
to my
You're
stomach.
not a fan of The View? I thought you watched it every morning at 8
Every
o'clock.
morning, I love
With your
watching Joy
ribeye.
Beer Hard. Listen, one of the ladies on there, right, was like, I just feel like Elon buying Twitter is like the white racist white man just buying his way back to get his voice or what. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but it was along those lines of being angry.
Mhm.
And my response, you could listen to the tape and I will tell you what my response is, and you could say, yeah, MJ was probably, I get it. My response is, well, shit, you could have made the offer. Why don't you buy it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and the answer, I don't have the money. Well, shit, go out and get the money.
Yeah.
Well, don't be on The View. Go launch rockets to the International Space Station. And if you can do that, then you know what? NASA will give you a deal. I have a friend, right?
Government contract money
Listen,
is the
bro.
best kind of money.
Bro, I have a friend, right? He makes parts for NASA. You know what I'm saying? He does that. And guess what? Here's the greatest part about that whole thing. When you bitching about why a billionaire who did the work, right, got into a business that nobody really understood and is pioneering in it, right? And now it's like, yo, I got all this bread, so I'm going to just buy that. That's what any and everybody should be afforded to do. What's the problem is, because I saw it the other day, and I'm happy for him, is, first of all, he's the first African-American billionaire. Legit. And then...
Who's that?
Elon Musk.
African American. Oh yeah,
South
technically.
African.
Technically.
Yeah, he's got
I
two
don't know how I feel
citizenships.
about
Dual
that, man.
citizenships.
He's not African American, man. Come on, man. You can't say
He's
that, man.
African-American.
Mike, you
Can be whatever you want
these
these days.
days. He's not fucking African American.
Technically is.
He's South African American.
No, he's from
No,
Africa.
He's from South Africa.
He's from the continent of
man.
Africa.
Nah, can't go
See,
back.
this is okay.
You can't do that, man.
Producer
You
B.
can't say that,
Producer
man.
B. You break the tie.
He's not African American, man.
On a technicality, you could call him African American, but like, you know
Yes,
what most
thank
people are
you.
gonna say is that
No,
he's
I don't care.
South
That's
He
it.
gonna
African.
edit you out. He gonna edit you out. for this.
Libertarian. What does the law say?
Oh my god.
What does the law say?
Oh my god.
Right? The law says.
Big
Okay.
law guy.
But anyway, no. What
You know
the law
what?
say?
That's
What's the
kinda,
policy
you
say?
know what? You know what?
Stand for liberty.
He
Liberty
is,
in the law.
he is African American in my eyes because I really don't like African American. I prefer Black American. That's what I prefer.
Well, anyway, my point is
He's
this.
African American.
I'm joking about it, but the point is this. The answer to that question.
You don't say somebody's white European American. No, they're
No,
American.
you
They're
don't.
American. You're American.
But the point is, anybody, if you got the bread, Marq Brown, if you got $267 billion, trust me, on my word, on my life, on
Things
my
have
daughter's
changed.
life.
Things
No,
have
no, no,
changed.
no. Listen, if you got $267 billion right now on everything I have, my life, my daughter's life, you could buy anything you want.
Absolutely.
Anything.
Absolutely.
That applies to anybody.
I'm not
Right.
saying
What would you
it's-
guys buy? What would be the first thing you guys would buy? Let's start with Mark.
Earth. Is it for sale? I want to buy Earth. Who do I
You
go
You sound like
see?
Kanye. I'm gonna buy
No,
the
wait,
whole
hold on,
earth.
to finish my point, but before you answer that question, finish my point. That's why you got because back in the day when we were growing up, you got those billionaire people like, Bill Gates, billionaire, computer, Microsoft, like he was the man. Now he's old news. You know what I'm saying? You got I was looking at an article. I mean a news story about Elon buying Twitter, and Bill Gates was on, and they asked him about it. He totally shunned it off, right? Like Elon's gonna do what Elon's gonna do. Like you could tell the jealousy is there because one, he put bets against Tesla that Tesla stock was gonna fall, right? And Elon was, sorry, I'm getting too into it. My wife says I gotta stop. But anyway, what would I buy? The first thing I would buy,
Yeah,
I'd buy CNN.
terrible business move.
No, I'd buy it. No, you remember I got $267 billion. I'll put a wrecking ball to it.
Knock it down.
Yeah.
Something else will just sprout from it.
Yeah, for real.
No,
Something
I'd
shittier.
buy it. I'd own it and level
There's
it.
something
And
else that just build somewhere else.
who?
Somebody just
They would build
it
like a
somewhere
new
else.
a
Yeah,
new
No, I'd buy
news
the
network.
company. You
Yeah,
could.
they'll make another company that
No,
was
I'd have
Yeah.
something that's so ironclad that they couldn't do it. So ironclad.
Oh man, I buy a whole bunch of land. That's what I would do. I buy a whole bunch of undeveloped land. That's what I would do. A lot of it.
Producer B would buy the cure for mono.
The cure for mono. Oh my God, that'd be a good investment, man. Right, Producer B?
What's the first thing you would do, Producer B? Seriously, first thing. You got that kind of bread.
Give me a Rolex.
And this is the Young Thug and Gunna listener.
The average Young Thug listener.
So the bottom line is you disagree with this district attorney. That's what you're saying.
I just think that they're trying to railroad these young men, to make an example out of them, to kind of to give people pause and hesitation. 'Cause don't get me wrong, there's a lot of crime going on in Atlanta.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so
Oh,
then
yeah.
let me ask you this: if they did do it, right, and they
Yes,
are
and
trying
it's
to pin him,
ongoing, yeah.
and they make an example of him, and,
they
it
did- you
does
said
stop
if
crime.
If they didn't do it, or
If they did,
Okay.
if they did do it,
Uh-huh.
they put him away.
Uh-huh.
They use that example, and it did stop crime. What happens then? Is that
if it's ongoing and most of this stuff is true, then you should go to jail. But if it's just like you trying to stretch the law to kind of,
so? Marq Brown, you're saying that if I murdered somebody 10
I'm not
years
saying
ago,
no. If you murder somebody 10 years ago, yeah, you should go to jail.
So how do you know that these dudes?
Or if they committed murder, yeah, they should go. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying if they committed murder, they shouldn't go to
I'm
jail.
not saying
no.
that they did either.
Yeah. But you're talking about if they committed a serious enough offense, a serious
correct.
enough crime.
That's better to say. Yes.
Well, why didn't you arrest them when they did it then 10 years ago?
That's true.
Okay. So my whole thing is this: if
You gonna surveil somebody for 10 years and they committed a felony?
if you're a cell, right, and there are other cells dealing with you, right, and it's a big ring of it's just. You're just
I see what you're saying.
You know
you're
what
trying
I mean?
to get you're trying to go further up the wormhole.
It's like trying to find the cartel owner. You know what I mean? Like you're the dealer, but you moving a lot of weight. But if I let you move around for a while and just watch you and watch what you do,
that's
I'm gonna build a case against you so I can nip you. But cause if I can't get where I'm getting to, right? But I'm trying to get to the nucleus of this so I could exterminate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
if that's the case, then that's what they're trying to do. But who knows? Who knows? We'll
we'll
never know. We'll never know.
These dudes is in prison. Like I'm not. The way it's so hard.
He's like, how do I say this?
Because he's just like, shut up, old man. Like you're just an old man. You know what I'm saying? I'll be that. You know the old dude that you remember New Jack City?
Yeah.
You know there's an old man that killed Neo.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, they're like, what up, man? That shooting like a little 22, right? But it's like my whole thing is these dudes probably in jail right now going, man, this is our Scarface story, man. Niggas is like, my Instagram is going up because I'm in like
my streams are going up, which they probably are.
This is how I don't understand our world, right? I do and I don't. And if anybody cares about it, which most people won't, but if you are smart enough to care about it, I'd look up this guy. His name's Thomas Sowell, right? Sowell, right? And you'll learn that everything that's happening right now, as we watch it in real time, popcorn and sunglasses on, right? It's all economics in it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah. It's a money play. Everything is a money play.
The fact that he gets arrested, you may think, or he's in prison, you may think that the money stops. Oh no, his stream just went up. Couple different ways, by the way, right? Couple different ways. I'm not gonna call it a game because I might get exterminated. I don't know, this thing might not. There's a game to it though. There's a play, right? And there's a play in all of it. There's a play for the district attorney. There's a play for all of it.
There's a play for the record labels.
Everything.
All of it. Yep.
He gets out, much less if he gets out clean. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a different, like, his performance rate just went up.
Absolutely.
Regardless.
Absolutely.
Guilty or what. Like, if he's guilty, he goes away. Well, if he goes away and they give him life, then it's a wrap. It's done.
Yeah. But record labels will profit off of it.
There's economics in all of it, right? They go to prison. There's economics as them as a prisoner. Like, all of it, man. So that's why it's like, I don't understand why some of these kids don't really think even before, like, even the ones that aren't famous. Right? I don't want my son to be doing that shit, man. Like, you gotta think before you do some dumb shit like that.
Yeah, that could change your life in a split second.
Like, right? I thought about the other day. There's a person. I saw a couple cars in front of me. This person was walking and the car wasn't paying. He caught it last minute, and I said to myself, if he had hit that girl, man, his life would have changed today.
Yeah, forever.
Done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because it was a commercial thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the company would have been sued. You'd have been by.
Lost your job.
Like, all kinds of stuff.
Trickle down effect.
You know what I mean?
Your family been affected.
Luckily, he caught it and she was all right and everything was good. But it's like, so these younger kids got to go. Like, you can't say to yourself, when somebody says to you something, you go, I got something for you. You can't sit in that car. Like, I would love to know what is going through the mind of that person at that point. Because you can't say to yourself, I'm going to light that person up and think that that's going to end well.
Yeah. But then some of those people that do that decide to make that bad choice, they probably some of the same kids that listen to some of this music that these people make.
Bro.
They think it's like real. Some people are just stupid and they like take it as like a reality rather than just enjoying it for what it's supposed to be.
That's a song. When the song's over, it's over. When after you shoot this person in the head, you're going to jail for life.
But here's how the problem.
People aren't smart enough to differentiate.
But here's how the problem exacerbates, right? Especially, and this is where the media has the biggest issue, and people like us that are on a microphone and whatever our responsibility is, as we joke, right? That's a song. You and I can differentiate that, right? But you take your boys, my son can't understand that, but you take kids that are around the age that can have comprehension
Like
of
7, 8, 9.
but they think it's real,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And what makes it even more real is the song happens, and then they see those kids go to get indicted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, that's how they live in life. They're about that life. They're gangsters,
Yeah.
right? Which really, at the end of the day, maybe it was, maybe maybe it's not, but the imagery that's being painted, you gotta understand that these kids are sucking that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I stand with saying to this lady, like, I get it. You may need to get a different angle.
Yeah.
You're onto something.
Yeah.
And I think it's right. You know what I mean? And at that point, I say, I mean, like I said earlier, it ain't political parties, it ain't black or white. It's like, listen, man, it's human lives, man. These kids are doing dumb shit for dumb reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get that shit off.
You got to get to the root of it. And you got to figure it out. But like you said, it's a way you go about doing it. And her messaging is a bit aggressive.
It is, and that's another topic. I mean, I just feel like when these women come, I think lately with the ever since. I think ever since like
her whole thing is like we're gonna root this element out of our community. We're gonna instead of being like we're gonna get down to the cause of why this element's in our community. Like it's just her tone and like it's aggressive.
Because I think I think part of it is genuine. Don't get me wrong. Like anybody would, any parent. I'm pretty sure she's a parent. I'm a parent. You're a parent. We'd all feel that way aggressively, right?
Yeah.
And yes, delivery is everything. I think the other part of it is, you got, we're in this world, man, where we've brought in this identity politics situation where it's like you have to be who you are and be in charge and this, that, and the other. So it's like black women are, at the forefront of, vice presidency, Supreme Court justice, she's a district attorney, and we gotta, you know what I mean? Now listen, some of them I don't agree with, some of them I do, and even the ones that I do agree with that I think that are brilliant, I think you're too aggressive.
Yeah.
What are you trying to prove?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's a different way to attack this. Like, and I get it, as far as where you're trying to get your group, your group, right? Like, I look at us as a group, like us three on this panel are a group of men. So, you know what I mean? We'll joke about for the good of all men, us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man caves for every house. Like, you know what I'm saying? That type of stuff.
Yeah, brontosaurus burgers for everybody.
And then you subcategorize that with you and me, Mark. We're black men, right?
Yeah.
So there's certain things that we have in common and stuff like that. So, but there are expectations right now, and I just feel like it's just a little bit too much, man. It's too much. Like, you're a little too over the edge. Like, we get it. We're gonna get them. This is good.
Yeah.
But you ain't gotta be like.
Yeah, you gotta set it off.
And then,
There's economics in what she's doing and why she's doing it, like you said.
I get it, but it's just
The
like
way
you
that
don't
she's doing
have
it.
to be so rough around the edges with it. You know what I mean? And
And then you gotta start thinking about what's her agenda. Like, what's her end game?
Political.
I mean that.
But I'm saying,
motivation.
where is she trying to get to? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
And you gotta start working with people like that will do anything at all costs, no matter whether it's right or wrong at the cost of other people, in order to further their agenda. Because is she that aggressive that I want to be? Say she wants to be the governor of Georgia, whatever. I don't know. That's hypothetical. Like
nothing at this point, man.
Yeah, but like, what's her agenda?
At this point,
And that kind of person that's willing to throw all to the side in order to get what they want.
or who's pulling the strings on you, right? I mean, it's. I don't really get involved in that side because I don't live in that area. I'm watching the news, going, yeah, it's a bit much, and like I'm looking at it from a whole different lens.
Yeah.
But you're right. What's the agenda and what's the plan? Because at the end of the day,
all these
you clean up,
have a plan.
and look what we did. We cleaned up the city and we put these people behind bars, and that's your argument.
Yeah.
That's your argument, right? The mayor will endorse it, and then from there, the mayor endorses
the police chief,
or whoever, and then they endorse the governor, Stacey Abrams. It's,
Oh no.
he said,
Oh,
no.
I'm coming down there next year, Mike. Please don't make that my reality.
You moving down here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. You gotta hit a sound effect. Producer B is coming to the ATL. Producer B. You moving to Atlanta for real?
Yeah, turn me up.
Oh man. That's really cool, man. Come down here to the hot Atlanta.
But I mean, I'm just saying, man. Like, it's just it's a little bit much, and I just feel like they just need to, as a group, just figure it out, man. Like, because what ends up happening is things like what you're saying. You start questioning it, right? Like, that's a little bit abrasive. What's your agenda? You know what I mean? I feel the same way about like the vice president of the United States. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
You ain't got to be that aggressive.
But you know what that really boils down to me, is this, right? Because a friend of mine and I had this argument recently where he said, you're just not trying to see any black person come up. I looked at my skin. I was like, are you fucking kidding me, right? I was like, that's not it at all. Why are you always angry when? And obviously, I mean, if by now you haven't told, like, I'm not on that side of the fence. So, but my point to that person is this. If you're qualified, I don't care what side of the fence you're on, right? If you're qualified. Like that lady that's in the presidency right now, that was a political move, right? To your point, I'm getting back to the Fulton County director, but she's so aggressive and but it's like it comes off so wrong. Like, you're not a leader.
Yeah.
You're just angry.
Yeah.
Like me. Yeah. Don't be like me.
Like me.
I do not need to lead anybody.
Don't be like me. Like, I will be the angry black man. For real, 'cause I'm mad about everything. Right? But the only reason I'm saying that is because it's just like, there's leadership, and there's certain charisma that you have to have with leadership. I'm gonna vomit by saying this, but Obama was a charismatic person, right? So his delivery, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that harsh stuff that you're hearing on TV from some of these, come on, how dare they? Yeah. How dare they?
Yeah, you like turn it down a little bit, bro. Like calm down. I got
the Salem witch hunt begins.
Yeah, I don't need that stress on me. I got mortgages to think about, man. You adding some more stress to my life. I don't need that.
I don't need you to yell. Like, don't yell, please.
My wife yells at me enough.
So, but you say to yourself though, like, that abrasiveness, like, what's the agenda? You know what I mean? Like, what's really the reason behind, that?
And you never know until it plays out.
That's the only way you can tell. But something's up.
There's something
That's
there.
the crazy part. Like, something's
something
up.
ain't adding up. Yeah,
But I think as a whole, though, if they just toned it down, I mean, I think there's some brilliant women in. Like, there's this. I'm about to shut down your entire show by saying this, but there's this black announcer that I like. I really like her. She's great.
That's funny.
Her name is Candace Owens. Yeah. Right.
The political.
Yeah. I think she's great. I think she's smart. No. Listen. Listen. I think she's smart. Don't get me wrong. I think they're all smart, right? I think Obama's a genius. I think Trump's a genius. Biden, not so much. He's the only one. Real talk. Out of all, like, not all, a majority of our leaders, right? The president of the United States, I think all of them are geniuses. Smart. You don't get to that level in the land without. The one that we have now, bro.
Yeah, he kind of skated by.
Bro. No. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, my whole thing is, I'm gonna stop.
I promise.
We've got to stop. Because I just get mad. They need to calm it down. Candace Owens is one of them that I feel like she's a genius, but she just seems to she's too abrasive.
Yeah.
She did a story.
Her message gets lost because everybody just sees all the theatrics and her very hot topic opinions. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
So her true genuine message, where it just might be good, like you're saying.
Isn't that what got her to the top, though?
What got her to the top?
You said, isn't that what got her to the top?
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I'm just saying, like, she's
very clickbaity.
I'm just saying, though, it's not a good look overall.
It's not sustainable for the long term.
You talk about agendas. Maybe you talk about agendas. Maybe it's her agenda. She wanted to be clickbaity and she wanted to get her name out more so she can be seen. Well, she might be doing it. She probably doing it on purpose, man. She probably does this stuff on purpose. I wouldn't doubt it. Like, she's a politician. It's politics games, man.
I think all of it is just a little bit over the top.
Over the top?
It's just way over the top.
It's way over the top.
You got people like that. You got people like, the past mayor that just left Atlanta.
Who was that?
Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Oh, yeah.
Over the top, man.
Over the top.
You know, I mean, and when you're over the top, people don't like that. Like, lead. People want leadership right now.
Yeah.
That's really what this boils down to.
They want to feel safe. They want to feel like they're being led in the right direction.
You know, and it's a pretty, I mean.
That's not a big ask.
No, you know, I mean, if you could just seem like, you know, like you're a leader.
Yeah,
like
have some empathy. Like, yeah. Don't just, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's what I think. Producer B, he wants to talk. I know he wants to talk. Please give us the Producer B 60-second bit of knowledge.
I actually disagree with you, Mike, because I think that
Mute him.
the reason politics is the way it is.
Damn it.
Turn him off. Mute him.
Nah, for real. Politics is the way it is.
Elon
Because,
buys Twitter, freedom of speech. See, freedom of speech.
I just turned him off. He can't even talk anymore. He can't even talk. Go ahead.
nah,
Okay.
I'm still. I'm going still.
Yeah.
I want to just end the episode by saying, free Young Thug, free Gunna, free everybody in the system.
Free
No,
Pooh
but
Shiesty the
for
God.
real.
Why do you want to free people you don't know?
Free the God,
I'm totally
man.
kidding. I'm totally kidding. I
It's
hope
about
the
hip-hop,
evidence
they say
comes
that
out
hip-hop,
to.
man. They say free everybody.
So not
You know what I'm saying?
Good,
But
good.
everybody likes somebody who's controversial because you either love them or you hate them, and there's nowhere to stand in the middle. Like you're picking a side. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's why it works so well. I mean, it doesn't work well, but it just works because you're forced to go to one side or the other, and that's the way things are, and that's the way things are going. Eventually, it'll go back to more of a centrist kind of political school of thought because people get tired of being forced to go to one side or the other, but then it'll go back. It's like a cyclical cycle, you know.
Is that a red jacket in your closet? Can
What
I
the
borrow
fuck,
that?
man? Yes, it's a it's a
Just
red
wanted to
jacket.
know if
That
I
man
could
just
just
dropped
borrow
some
that real
jewels.
quick. I'm
He
just
just dropped
saying.
some jewels.
Listen,
You just
Listen, man. Listen. He's very, very smart, right? And
No, I got a
Yes,
red
we
jacket.
got-
I got a blue jacket, Mike. I don't pick sides.
You know what I mean?
in a situation like this, though, how can anybody I don't understand how Mark is not on board with this, man.
I don't know, man.
I can't understand it
I
I
don't
really
He
know.
loves the music, bro. The music bangs.
It's
because he wants the music.
music, man, to get me
Young
going.
Thug is
Listen,
hard.
bro, what do they be singing about? What do we sing about? What do we
Singing
rapping about?
about. They rap about
What's
Same
the
shit
Pleasure
rappers
P?
always sing
What's the
about.
Pleasure P? What's the
pushing P,
Pushing
selling
P. What's the
drugs.
Okay, so watch.
You know what I mean?
I'll be pushing
P,
P,
pushing P,
pushing
pushing
P.
Yeah.
You just put me on repeat and you good.
Yeah, man.
I
It
brought
don't,
Come
Let's do it,
on.
Mike.
it don't
Let's do
slap
it.
the same, man.
What do you mean?
Nah, man. I prefer Lil Baby over you. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yo, is Lil Baby in on this?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh.
As far
Oh, you got me
knock on
nervous.
wood.
I was like, what?
Knock on wood. As far as we know, I hope not. Hope no more. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
They
No,
can't
I
get
mean,
Lil Durk, bro.
listen.
They can't get him.
Listen, to what it is. I don't know if these young fellas did whatever it is that they said that they did. And I don't know if these young boys are gonna listen, but seriously though, like, calm that shit down, bro.
Think before you act, man.
Like seriously, like yo, you have like the world is in the palm of your hands, bro. And you giving that shit away. I tell you some funny shit I saw a cat do the other day. I saw a cat walk into a store. I was amazed by it because I didn't even know about it. I knew about it, but I didn't know how it works, and it's going to sound real fucked up because I'm in the business. I saw this kid walk into the store. He grabbed a Red Bull, which I wish the brother wouldn't have drank the Red Bull, but that's what he wants. He drinks his Red Bull. He goes to the Red Bull. Guy rings it up. He touches his phone on the shit and walks out. Right? You want to give that shit up to live behind prison bars?
Yeah.
Like the world you live in is amazing, man, and the stuff that you could do. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, man. Like, no, we all start from beginnings that not all of us are proud of, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? And I get what you're saying. You turn that shit around, but like, don't continue the shit. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, do what you do, and hopefully that doing what you do ain't really hurting nobody, right? Wrap it up. Get on with life, man.
Yeah.
You know, but the problem is some of these dudes, man, they so used to the trap shit, man. They go trap all day. You make 5, 10, whatever stacks. You come to the club. Can't nobody tell you shit.
Yeah. You feel like a god.
I got $10,000 in my pocket.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, it's nothing.
So what?
Don't
You know what I
matter.
mean?
Don't matter, man. It's all about a movie, man.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody cares.
Yeah, at the end of the
And
day,
really, like, the
it's not
owners
important.
Of
They don't care.
Yeah, the owners of the club, they don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
They probably look at you like a fool, too. Absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The night is costing me $10,000, young man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but when you say that to them, they feel a kind of way. Why would you feel a kind of way? Be inspired. Want to know why that dude doesn't care about your 10 G's.
Yeah.
And what is it? Not saying that you begging for attention, but what is it that will get you your voice heard? Not necessarily killing somebody. That's not what I mean.
Don't do that, please, please. No.
What I'm talking about is like get somewhere in life, man. Like seriously, I don't want to hear it, man.
This is inspirational. This is
what?
really inspirational. I said this is really inspirational.
How is
Actually,
it-
I'm not
it's
even.
not inspirational. It's common.
It really
fucking
is, though.
sense. No, it's common sense though.
It's
How is
it's
that
really
common
not,
sense?
A lot
Mike.
of people don't have common sense, man.
It's really not
Wow.
common sense.
Marq Brown, you telling me, man, that those two boys of yours,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That they get involved in some shit like that, you ain't gonna smack them up. Like,
Oh,
first
yeah.
of all,
It wouldn't
tell
get
me
to that
that's
point.
not gonna happen.
It wouldn't get to that point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll get to the point. But some of these kids, like, you don't know how they were brought up. They might not have had that in their life. That's another
Right.
conversation for another day.
It
but
is, right? But with that being said, the one thing about the kids that got to where they got without that leadership in life is kind of somewhat, there's some genius to it because they
Yeah.
learn to survive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got to understand that with everything around you, you have all the tools needed to be successful the right way. Like there's a set of rules that is put out that if you really just pay attention, right? What's the
Prime example of that is Puffy. Puffy didn't have a dad. He was raised by his mom.
paid attention?
He does some things that I'm sure in his past that might have been a little bit, but now
what it is.
he learned how to navigate. He moved forward. Like that's prime example.
You know what I'm
Prime
saying?
example. It's common sense. You
And
know?
sometimes, yeah, that thing that you're doing, sometimes you got to knuckle up because you don't want to be taken advantage of. I get it,
Mhm.
right? But the inspiration of it is this, though. He did it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
gotta
saying?
He had an end goal.
You
The
know?
end goal should always want to be to advance, not to stay in the same place.
And then the word of advice for some of these young cats, if y'all really want to win, do shit that other motherfucking black people ain't doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's 10 billion things to do in this world, man. Being a rapper ain't it.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of y'all doing that, right? You really want to do it? Be the next person to beat Elon Musk and put a rocket in space. You want to see you move mountains. You want to move planets. You do some shit like that. Where do you start? I can't. Fuck, I don't know, but I know you can do it.
You figure it out.
You're saying like that's the best part. I mean, I know you could do it. I just don't know how to do it.
I don't
'cause
know how to tell you. Yeah.
I'm trying to chase some other. I'm trying to do some other shit that black people ain't doing. But that's what I'm saying, man. Like that's the win. The win ain't being on the trap and getting 10 grand and going and spending that shit in the club.
Step outside the box, man.
Oh, I don't even want to do that. Like, and then here's the best part: when you get that kind of bread, you ain't gonna want to spend that kind of money.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Your view of money totally changes when you get money.
The most two gangster things I heard two billionaires do recently is Elon Musk buying Twitter and Jeff Bezos buying
In altitude.
an altitude.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, I think the altitude is hard. I think the altitude's hard.
So, young black man, you think,
Rap about that.
You think your $400 rosé can beat that shit? Let me paint the picture for you. You walk into the sexiest bar on earth. You offer the sexiest woman a $400 bottle of rosé, and Jeff Bezos says, "I just bought an altitude." Who do you think she going home with? Figure it
Whew.
out.
That's a tough one.
Meek Mill, there's levels, right? I'm not at any of that level, or maybe I am just in a different plane.
I know one person who can shut all that down, and that's
What?
Producer B. Because when Producer B walk in the building, she don't care about nobody but Producer B. That's how you giving all these women mono. That's for another story, another time. The same story every week, every day. We love you,
Yeah.
Producer B, man.
Producer
Oh,
B,
of course.
we really, really do love you, man. But that was a
I love
great
you guys,
episode.
too.
I'm excited about Producer B moving to Atlanta. Great conversation. Really good, man.
Yeah, we gone, man.
We'll see you in Maine,
Any
Mark.
Last words for your homegirl. You know what I'm talking about?
Mark?
Your digital
Your digital
girlfriend.
girl.
Oh, me. Yeah. Just keep it on the low, baby. I got you every week with the 3 minutes,
See her,
$100.
She over here. She blinking red. That means some red and green. She say, yeah. All right, man. We going to see y'all later. Have a good one.